So familiar configuration here. So this is my review of the UDI U27 Free Loop. This is one of those inverted flyers, and here's the quad right here. It's got a very nice, very cool look to it. It's designed well and looks really cool. It looks cool flying upside down too, actually. I think it looks cooler flying upside down. But so this is an inverted flyer. These props are actually from the JJ1000. I've been flying it around. You cannot invert it with these props, but it flies much stronger in regular flight. It's faster, a bit more nimble in the turns and stuff. So these are not the props. I just forgot to take them off for the review. If you want to invert it, you have to use the props that it came with. I guess just a little bit of difference makes it fly inverted. So these ones you can't fly inverted, but it's pretty fun with these props. It's pretty fast. So we'll start with the bad real quick. So when I first got this, I was having a lot of trouble with it. Not flipping it and inverting it, that's real easy, but when I was flying in forward flight and I went to turn, this thing would just dive. And a lot of times when it would fly better, actually much better inverted like this. But when I went to flip it again, even with full battery, I'd go to flip it again and it would just head straight to the ground and, do a little foot touch and stuff. And I was struggling with it. I thought maybe I had a bad one or something because it just wasn't flying very well. But then I remembered that the prop guards are actually removable. When I first got it, I just glanced at it. I thought they were molded into the frame, and I wasn't going to clip them off until after the review. But they're actually very easy to remove, and they make this thing kind of suck. At least this one. I know there's probably people out there that are going to be like, oh, it flies fine with the prop guards. Well, maybe for you and the model that you got, it flew okay with the prop guards, but this one that I'm holding, the one that I actually have, it didn't fly very good at all with the prop guards. It was awful. I mean, it would just constantly dive in the turns, wouldn't hold a hover very well. It wasn't very good. So once I removed them, this thing is awesome. It flies. It still kind of has. It's pretty heavy, and it still kind of has a tendency to dive a little bit in real fast turns. At least mine. So, but it flies much better without the prop guards. It inverts and flies real nice without it. With the regular props on it, it flies really good both ways. I have a lot of fun with this. It makes me smile every time it does flip to inverted. It just looks really cool because it kind of jumps and then flips itself upside down, and so it's not like a fast instantaneous flip. It's like this kind of a jumping flip to invert it. So yeah, the prop guards are not a good thing. They really don't make this a very nice quad for me anyway. The other bad is it does have these windows for lights, but it's not the best night flyer with this black body. You can kind of see it. I constantly am looking for the eyes because you can see the eyes when you're about head height, which is what I kind of fly a lot, is 7 feet off the ground or so, and so I was constantly looking for the eyes. You can fly it at night. It's not impossible, but it's not as nice as some of the others. So, for me, that's a little bit of a negative. But if you have a well-lit street at night, no problem. You can see the pitch pretty good, but it's kind of heavy. So, that might be a negative. This frame and everything, it's real thick and tough, but But, you know, that being said, that it's heavy, it's very, very durable. I've crashed this so many times because the prop guards were just messing me up big time my first maybe 4 or 5 flights, and just didn't want to stay in the air. So it is very durable. It's taken some crashes. I was flying it with these props, these JJ1000 props, the other night, and I was pitching really hard forward, and I got it going really fast out in the lane out there. And this isn't a wind flyer, and the wind really bullies it. It can kind of power through it sometimes. You get the right angle in the wind, but it does get kind of bullied around. And I was going to the top speed down that lane out there, and it right into the fence, full forward pitch, hot top speed, and nothing. Not a. I mean, the props were the props were bent in an L formation. They were like crazy bent, two of them, but no frame damage or nothing. And I just rebent the props and it flew fine. So it's a very durable quad. So we're getting into the good here, and you know, that's one of the good things. It's really, really durable. And it, like I said, it looks super cool inverted. And I even without the prop guards, I think it flies better upside down. I think it flies better like this, and it looks cool. But I think it turns a little bit better and pitches maybe just a little bit better inverted. You know, at least in my experience. But you know, not with these props. You flip it with these props on, it's gonna fall straight to the ground. But so I like this quad. It's fun. It's one of those things too where you can take it out and show people, you know, who might not be into quads as much, and it just looks so cool. You always get a reaction from them. So that's, you know, that's pretty cool. But it's pretty fast. With the stock props on it, it's still pretty fast. It's got a nice pitch. The yaw, you know, that's another bad thing I forgot, is the yaw is not fast. It's got 2 rates, and the yaw does change, and the yaw in high is pretty slow. You can't do super tight turns and change direction fast with it, but you know, it's decent. It's fun. I still have fun. I can still speed run it out in the lane out there, and it's I have fun with it. So yeah, so let's talk about some other things. This is from USA Toyz, and they sent me 2 UDIs, and one of them was the U818A-1 that I just reviewed. And like that one, it came with 2 batteries. One of the batteries was actually packed inside here, I believe, because I didn't realize there was 2 batteries with it, and when I went to put in the batteries for the transmitter, I found another one. So it does come with 2 batteries from USA Toyz, and they're 450 milliamp hour batteries, and you get about, you know, 6 minutes or so with these batteries. So, you know, pretty good, not too bad. 6 or 7 minutes. They're similar to in size of these blue 500s that fit, you know, a whole bunch of different quads, the Hubson and the X11 and stuff. So you can get these 500s in there and get a little bit more time. But if you have a bunch of these laying around, you'll have spare batteries for this one. It does fit smaller batteries as long as they're as narrow as these. So you get 2 batteries from USA Toyz, and you get a spare set of props and a USB charger. I don't think it had a yeah, it doesn't have a cable. You just plug it right into the charger itself, the battery. The 450 milliamp hour batteries, they take about, you know, 40 minutes or so to charge, and 6 or 7 minute flight times. And here are the awful prop guards. They come pre-installed on it, so I would recommend to take them off. If you're a beginner, like I always say, maybe leave them on so you don't, you know, damage your quad or something while you're learning. But they affect the flight performance immensely, so I would take them off. Here's the transmitter. It's kind of a unique, different type of design than most of the other quads, and it actually feels pretty good. I kind of like it. Actually, I do like it. Not even kinda, I like it. It's got a LCD screen, tells you your rates and stuff, and both shoulder buttons are inverted flips. So if you click this one, it'll flip right, and you click this one, it'll flip left, and it only does half flips. As far as I know, I don't think I've ever been able to get it to do a full flip. You click this button and then it will flip forward or back. You give input and it'll flip forward or back. And then the rates are over here, and you got trim buttons. It just takes little Ford AAA's, so pretty nice little transmitter. I kind of like it, I really do. It feels good, and sticks feel good, and it's nice and wide in my hand. I have kind of bigger hands, so these ones are nice. So it does come with an all English set of instructions, and it's, you know, everything's in here. I didn't have any trouble with these instructions. You know, some of them are a little painful. So this one's not. This one's nice. It's all English and it's laid out real well, so that's pretty awesome. This does have headless mode too, and you know, I say it every time, it works pretty good, you know, for a little while, and then it kind of gradually loses its heading. But you know, it does work for if you would have it set up initially and you get it far away from you or too high, you don't know which way it's going. You can click it into headless mode and use it to bring it back to you, like a return to home. You just pull opposite of whichever way it's away from you, and you know, it works all right for that. Not too bad. But if you're just like doing circuits and spinning the yaw, it's gonna eventually lose its heading and kind of start drifting. And all of them without a GPS, you know, tend to do that. But it's a really nice flyer. I mean, even just flying it normal, it's pretty fast, and it's fun. I like it. And like I said, flipping it looks really cool. It looks amazing. So I think that's about all I have to say. I think this is I like this quad. It's one of those ones I'll pull out, especially when people are over, like I said, just to show them. So very nice flyer. So I'm going to take it outside and we'll go through the rates and the yaw and the flip feature and fly it around a bit, and we'll call it a review. What up, everybody? So here's the flight demo of the UDI U27 Free Loop, and I'm just going to do it here in the kitchen. And you can recalibrate the accelerometer without, you can't give it throttle. Don't give it throttle. Bind it and then hold the right stick down and to the right, and the eyes will blink, and then it's ready to go. So bring it down to low. So here's the yaw. That's on low. The low yaw, and here's the pitch. Not too bad, really. Pretty good for low. So here's medium, mid rates, and there's the yaw. I don't know if it really changes. The pitch definitely changes though. You can see it gets some pretty good pitch on mid rates. Okay, so here's high. There's the yaw. I guess it just got one yaw rate. Doesn't look like it changes to me. So that's the mid rate, or the high yaw rate. And here's the pitch. And you can see it has some pretty good pitch on high. You can get this thing going pretty good if you give it some space and some height, because it does tend to dive a little. So that's the pitch and the yaw on the 3 rates, and let's invert it here. There we go. Looks so cool inverted. Flies really nice inverted. Flip it back over here. Ooh, got a little close to the ceiling. Does give itself some elevation when it flips. Let's do Sweetie, can you you gotta be careful, sweetie, thanks. Alright, my daughter getting her water there. Okay, let's do a backflip. Whoa! It does change your orientation when you do a front or back flip. Let's try that again here. There we go. So now we're back inverted. All right. All right, I think that's good enough for the flight demo. All right, that's the UDI Free Loop.
Gesundheit?